everybody, and welcome back to the NK Maribor save. Where we are taking on Liverpool once again in a Champions League decider. Why is it always Liverpool? Why always me? As Mario Balotelli once wrote on a t-shirt. I was going to say, but I don't think he ever actually said it, did he? He wrote it on a t-shirt. But yes, we are taking on the mighty Liverpool, who currently find themselves fourth in the Premier League, managed by Jose Mourinho. Probably one of the most confusing things ever. I don't think... football managers based on its realism. I don't think that's very realistic, if you ask me. Jose Mourinho is manager of Liverpool, wearing his Man United top as well, if we zoom in a little bit more. Yes, he's going to get a downgrade, isn't he, next year? Bloody hell. Anyway, as I just choked myself. We are resting quite a lot of people, but we are playing Liverpool today. And there's all to play for in Group F of the Champions League, because only Atletico Madrid have qualified. We win by quite some margin. We're going to be through. The chances is that we're going to be into the Europa League. We are already at least qualified into the Europa League. So it'll be interesting to see how this goes. So we obviously lost to Liverpool 2-0. Champions League actually works head-to-head. So we need to win 3-0. And then we go through. 3-0 would give us a goal difference of +2. It would give them a goal difference of +4. So goal difference there would be ahead of us, but it actually goes against head-to-head. So we would go through. The chances of that happening are quite slim. So this could be quite a quick video. But all intents and purposes, we're going into the Europa League. That's all we need to worry about. However... results have been good. Alumji, we won 2-0. Olimpia Ljubljana 2-1. Rapid Vienna 3-2. A very touch and go game at one point. Lieti scored an own goal, which made it 2-2. And then we relied on Zinchenko, 82nd minute, popping up with a lovely goal in that one. 3-1 we beat Domzali. 3-1 we beat Selj, and Garica 4-0. So we're currently still on for an unbeaten league season. 15 played, 15 wins, 42 goals. Difference 45 points. If we look at the actual whole league table, yes, we've conceded 7 goals this season. We are playing very, very well in the league. Everybody steps out, but of course, January transfer window's coming up. It's the 9th of December in game time 2026. Apologies if I sound a little bit nasal. I've got a little bit of a blocked up nose. But yes, lots of interest in our players. Matos, wanted by a Chinese club. Lieti, Chinese clubs. Brahim Tara, Chinese club. Daniel, Chinese clubs. We also have Matas Masalowski, Chinese club. And Zinchenko, Chinese club. And Toronto. They're never going to be able to afford him. But yes, it's lots of interest. Again, what is making this save, from my point of view, really, really interesting. Because it actually keeps it... the turnover of players means you can't get a fixed team, and your tactics have to tweak, and you have to figure out what you're going to bring in and who you're going to bring in and how you're going to replace these players if they get sold, and a lot of them won't sign unless they've got minimum fee release clauses. So it's keeping me on my toes. It's keeping me on my toes, and I think that's what I'll call this episode, FM keeping me on my toes. But yeah, it'll be very interesting. So a couple of players, so Zinchenko doesn't have a minimum fee release clause, but probably will kick up a fuss if we don't sell him. Musalowski doesn't have a minimum fee release clause, but he's already kicked up a fuss once that we didn't sell him to Saudi Arabia. Daniel's in here as well. He has quite a big... 23 million is his minimum fee release clause. We bought him for 13, so it'll be £10 million profit, but... I'm not ready to give up those goals. 22 in 29 last season, 14 in 14 in the league this season. Overall, 23 in 25. He has been absolutely lethal. Brahim Tara, we know, is one of my favourite players at the club at the moment. Have been absolutely brilliant since we bought him in. He has a £20 million release fee, so it would be the same amount of money that we got for Jean and Guisen. So I think that's a fair deal, to be honest. Diego Lieti, he doesn't have a minimum fee release clause, but you do give him a bit of sell-on fee if there's anything over £8.5 million. And Renato Matos doesn't. I don't think he has one. No, he doesn't have one either. So, it's sort of in our favour a little bit, but I think Matos we could upgrade. If we get good money for him, I think we could upgrade at right back. I think there's a few people. Musalowski has been very solid, but all round lacks a bit in his game. And I think if we can get a bit of money for him, then potential there is. But yeah, the other thing we've got to look out for is contracts expiring, which is quite a big deal. In fact, let's look at that now. Let's look at it now. Why not? Let's look at it all together. Let's look at it now. So expires Oxlade-Chamberlain, not too fussed about that. Disblanche, not too fussed about that. Rock Mayhair, I'd probably keep around. Youth Academy prospect, came through, done well. Musalowski, I'd like to renew it just to get his price up. Conte, he's not really done very much, to be honest, so not too fussed if he goes. Villa, I'm still torn whether we bring him in or not for big money. I don't know. Sardella, and that's next year, so it doesn't really matter. I think Villa, I'd probably like to bring in if we can get him a bit cheaper. Musalowski, new contract. Mayhair, new contract. The others, not too fussed about. But let me know what you think in the description, or in the comments below. And right, I'm going to go and pick the team. We'll be right back. Okay, so with a little bit of a few sort of fitness injuries and stuff like that, as you can see, all of our wanted players are actually going to play in this one. But Zavrel starts in goal. Matos, Fastino, Lietti, Sirkin is the back four. Sirkin, he had a shocker, didn't he, in the last episode? Absolute shocker, but he gets a place at left back today. More out of necessity than anything else, but Kralik, Kolar in the middle, Musalowski on the right, Otara in behind Daniel, and Zinchenko on the left. So I wanted to sort of start Zinchenko at fullback and maybe bring in someone else at right wing, but with Villa, he's got Nark, he's 4 days away from full training, don't really want to risk him. We could put Daniel out there and start Sahovic, don't really want to do that. In fact, yeah, no, I'm going to go with it. Marco Brest has never really let me down in big games. Marco Brest comes in to start. You've seen it on the fly, just like that. Bang. And Sirkin dropped back down to the bench. That does now give us a lot of defenders on the bench. So I might take Krupa off. Chamberlain's versatility is just very, very useful. So I think he comes in, sits on the bench. That's the final team. We're going with it. We're attacking Liverpool from the off. We know they've struggled with it previously. Let's get out there. Bish, bash, bosh. Done. And yeah, lovely. Here we go. Into the warm-up. And as you can tell, I'm a bit hyper today. A bit way. I don't know what's wrong with me, to be honest. It's a weekend, and we found out here in Singapore we're going into another lockdown-ish sort of thing tomorrow. So I think I'm just enjoying the moment while we can. Media have given you loads of credit. Go out there and say what it is you can do. Go and show the world. I love that when you get that as like a conference team in the UK, and it's like, go and show the world what you're made of. Anyway, right. What are your thoughts on playing a team the size and stature of Liverpool in the Champions League? I was hoping to go against one of the bigger teams. Oh, burn. Liverpool are unbeaten in 3 matches against Maribor. Can you end that run here and now? I don't believe in that stuff. No. That's a cheap way of saying no, isn't it? There we go. 4-2-3-1. I'm hoping Liverpool rest some players. They probably won't. They've got a chance to top the group. And they haven't. Alisson, Arnold, Brand, Van Dijk, Vazquez, Locatelli, Luiz, Eduardo, Pellegrini, Salah, and Muftefa up front. Who on earth is he? I'm not going to click on him, because when I click on their players, they always score. Muftefa. Who is Muftefa? That is someone I'm going to click on it. I've got to click on him because I've got to find out who he is and what he's like. Here is Mo Salah, cleared away. Lovely. Remember, 3-0 win puts us through. The unlikely scenario of a 3-0 win at home. Okay, no, go on, Danielson. Oh, Danielson. That was a error, wasn't it? Well, it's not an error. Just an accidental Mortal Kombat. What the fuck is wrong with me? He's hit the post twice. Muftafa has hit the post twice. He looks really good. How much did they pay for him? £53 million. Are you joking? That's like my whole budget. Pacey Hitman is what he's called. Wasn't it a Hitman there, was he? At both posts. But yes, anyway. Accidental, not Mortal Kombat. Karate Kid. The moment's gone. So 20 minutes gone. It's all Liverpool at the moment. Not much you can argue with there. We've only had 1 shot. They've had 4 with 2 on target. We'll give a bit of encouragement. No one's playing dreadfully badly. Zinchenko with the corner. Swings it in. Oh, the header we got in front of Alisson. And apparently Lietti will kick himself for missing that one. But he put it over the bar. Yeah, it's annoying, isn't it? It's annoying. I mean, Rapid Vienna are getting smashed. The Europa League... Right, we've got to beat the second knockout stage of the Europa League. That is the objective for this season because it's so irritating getting knocked out of the same place every year. And I think I'm very tempted to use the time between this performance and the Europa League to come up with potentially a different formation that gives us maybe 2 people up front. Maybe we look at who's sold in January and we adapt around the new formation with the players we've got left. I don't know. I just feel like I'm sort of just going into the Europa League with the same thing over and over again. I do tweak the tactics game by game, but, you know, I feel like it's a little bit I'm not helping myself. I'm not helping the team. What is it? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. I sort of feel like that's where I'm drifting to at the moment with NK Maribor in Europe. So, right, Marco Bress is having a shocker. Chamberlain can come on there. Daniel off for the man, Mr. Europe. LZ90. Double change. Both attacking. Let's get out there, see what we can do, and keep this game rolling. So 75 minutes gone. We've actually had a better second half, although there's not been too many highlights. We're going to bring on Santos over here on the right-hand side. But we're actually going to, what we're going to do is we're going to mix this up a bit. Because we're going to go, Matos is now going to become a complete wing-back on attack. We're going to, actually, let's go for something I've not done. Here we go. We said we're mixing it up a bit. We're going to go 4-2-3-1 narrow. And see how this plays. We're going to go for a double deep lying playmaker. Something I've never introduced. But a 4-box. If you used to watch the Deportiva La Coruña save on Twitch, twitch.tv/cultured left foot. There's no underscores anymore. Then you'll know that I'm a big fan of a 4-box midfield. But 5 minutes to go. It actually looks like we could come away, shouldn't have said anything, with a 0-0 draw. As Kralik clears it away, it's going to be Brand to pick this one up. Fiorentino Luis, Locatelli, that's a good ball out to Max Aarons, who signed for Liverpool. Ball across. Oh my word, it just goes past the post. They've credited that to a save to Zavrel, which I'm not too sure about. We're going to get a shadow striker in there. We're going to have Utada as the shadow striker. Oxlade Chamberlain just for the final few minutes. These guys can play as advanced playmakers. Try and get on the ball. Lots of passing through the middle. 2 deep line playmakers, 2 advanced playmakers. It should be quite intricate passing. But that's it. Full time. 0-0. I mean, 0-0 is a better result than probably what I expected, as some kids scream and shout in the hallway. Apologies if that was picked up on the microphone. But not too bad. Oh, everyone's intermingling on the pitch. It's COVID. What are you doing? Get out. But yeah, 8 points. 8 points from 6 games with Liverpool and Atletico Madrid in here. Rapid Vienna absolutely smashed in this one. I'm pretty happy with that, I think. Zinchenko out. Twisted knee. Ouch. He was playing for a twisted knee for quite a while. 3 to 4 weeks. Maribor knocked out of the Champions League, but we are going to drop into the... now, stop moaning about your fitness. You're about to get a massive winter break in Slovenia. There you go. I mean, where is it? It's coming up. There, yeah, December to February. December to February, you get the time off. So don't worry about it. Go away, spend time with your family, have a break, enjoy it, chill out. Don't you worry about it. But yes, so we drop into the Europa League, which, you know, isn't the best, is to be expected. It's just what happens, isn't it? It's just what happens. But we can go around and have a look at the other groups. So let's just see who else is going to be potentially joining us in the Europa League. So Sporting drop down with Juventus and Man City going through. Chelsea and Porto go through with AZ dropping in. PSG, Madrid and Salzburg drop down into the Europa League. Milan and Club Brugge go through. Why couldn't we have got that group, man? We probably could have got out of that. Valencia drop into the Europa League. Man United and Celtic go through. Monaco drop into the Europa League. We obviously drop into the Europa League behind Atletico Madrid and Liverpool. Dortmund and Barca go through with Feyenoord dropping down, and Inter and Bayern with Benfica. So I don't really worry. I'm not scared. I'm not scared of any of those other teams that are going to be dropping down into the Europa League with us. And the Europa League looks like it's going to be Young Boys Bern, Sevilla, maybe Gladbach, AEK, Dynamo Kiev, Lille and Astana. Tottenham are there again. They seem to love this in competition on FM. Lazio and Ghent, Betis, Marseille, Olympiacos, Shakhtar, Bayer Leverkusen all could go through from that group. And Watford get through with RB Leipzig. So again, it's not a big number of scary teams, is it? It's not a really concerning draw. I don't think we should really worry and be threatened by any of those sort of teams, but you just never ever know. I think the draw is actually quite a long way away because the Europa League hasn't finished yet. But if we just skip on, I think 2 more days, we'll find out who the Europa League teams are through and who's out and stuff like that. So we can get drawn. Group winners in the Europa League get a bye through the first knockout stuff, and the teams that drop down from the Champions League and the teams that finish second in the group in the Europa League get drawn against each other. So the games haven't happened yet. When's Sevilla's next game? Because it should be Europa League. It is the 10th. It is today. Let's carry on I just want to know who we've got a chance of drawing, who we've got a chance of playing against. Now, what we can do is against, like, if we progress in the Europa League and we get to those latter stages, we just start resting our normal players in all of our league games. We should have the league wrapped up by the end of February, maybe middle of March, sometime like that, because we're not losing games at the moment. And that's what we need to manage, the fitness of the players. That's what this save now becomes when it gets to this point. It's all about focusing on Europe, as Barcelona have been watching Troy Parrott, who in this game becomes ridiculously good. So if you ever want a striker and he's on a free, go and get Troy Parrott if you can get him on a Bosman. But yeah, we'll have to see how it happens. Right, the games have now been done, so we can go and look at the Europa League. So Sevilla do go through with young boys Bern, so we could be facing Sevilla, Dynamo Kiev, Trabzonspor, I would take them, Fiorentina, Ghent, I would face them, that would be fine, Marseille, Bayer Leverkusen, or Red Bull Leipzig. I think you've got to be honest, you've got to want Ghent or Trabzonspor, I think. Maybe Dynamo Kiev, I've got a feeling we've beaten them before. Did we beat them last year, Dynamo Kiev? No, we didn't beat them there, we haven't beaten them there. What have I feel like we've played? Dynamo Kiev, there we go. We drew 2-2 and drew 1-1. Although that was like 3 years ago in the Europa League group stage, and we've come a long way since then. Sorry, someone asked in the comments, this episode's a bit all over the place, isn't it? Very hyper, very much enjoying Football Manager and Pez. The comment section for recommended games, NHL, NFL, some driving stuff. Let me know. Let me know. Keep the ideas coming through. But what was I going to show you? That's what I was going to show you. We've made significant improvements in terms of the coefficient. So if we look at the competition reputation, you can see that we are now up to 19th in the reputable league in the world. One below the Sky Bet Championship. Come on. But the actual important thing to look at is the qualification places, because in this league table, we're up to 15th. So we get one in the league path for the Champions League, another one in the Champions path, one in Q3 for the Europa League, and then 2 teams into the Europa Conference. I think I did touch on this in the last episode, but there was some comments again in previous episodes just to show it. So if you missed that one, then, you know, I've discussed it with you now. So next season, we're going to have 2 teams in the Champions League, which at the moment will be us and Olimpia Ljubljana, which it is most times in real life. Olimpia Ljubljana and Maribor, the 2 biggest teams in Slovenia, but they're going to have to improve because they got knocked out to Vitória do Guimarães in the Europa Conference League qualifying, so they didn't do very well at all. We'll send the assistant to that. Let's go and see if there's a draw date for the Europa League. There is not a draw date in the calendar just yet. So we'll be back for the next game, which will be against the Europa League opponents. We don't know who they are yet. We'll be against the next bunch of Europa League opponents, and hopefully we can progress through to the final sort of stages. Quarterfinal, semi-final, final. That's what we're aiming for nowadays in the Europa League. That's what we want. But thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new. Comment below. But for now, I'm out. Cheers.